Well, sometimes you got to talk about these very sensitive subjects. So, with these MIDI chord packs and these user-created samples, is it cheating if you use them? Bolo! All right, before we get started, make sure you guys subscribe, make sure you guys comment, and please turn on those post notifications so you will know the next time I have another video available. And at the end of this video, if you like this type of content, hit that thumbs up. If you do not like it, hit that thumbs down. Either way, it helps my channel. And as you guys already know, I really don't care. So today I want to talk about something that a lot of you guys get kind of butthurt about, and that is about MIDI chord packs and user created samples. Now, at the end of the day, we all know that hip hop originated by using break beats, break loops, and stuff like that. Sampling has been around for a very long time. But recently, in the past couple years, there's been a lot of user-generated samples that are being created, and there's a lot of user-generated MIDI packs, whether it be hi-hats, bass, or now most famous, the chord packs, just like the Unison MIDI chord pack, the Unison MIDI chord pack, the Unison MIDI chord pack, and a few other things on the market. But at the end of the day, I want to know, do you guys really feel like it is cheating to use these user-created samples like Splice or whatever, or using chord packs like the Unison chord pack? And I haven't even talked about certain other plugins like Captain Chords and what's the other one? Yeah, Scalar too. But I want to know, is it cheating? Because at the end of the day, you know, hip hop, rap has basically been based off of samples and sampling. But I look in the comments on a lot of my videos and I see a lot of people who are my age and above who are, you know, we're kind of old school type of guys. We like to play everything out and we like to feel like we're real producers. We're real musicians. But there are a lot of people who are a little bit younger who are saying, hey, it doesn't matter if you're a real musician or a real producer as long as the song comes out great. I totally agree on that. However, I do feel like music right now is so watered down. I feel like it's a lot of the same thing being produced over and over again to the masses. Now, I know there's a lot of great production out here. I know there's a lot of beats that get skipped over or whatever because of the times. I just think that there's so much of the same thing out right now. And I want to know, is it because of the type of samples and the type of MIDI chord packs? Or is it just the type of music that is out right now? I use both, but I use them in different ways. Now, I actually do like Splice because sometimes I'm just not in the mood to try to figure out some chords and stuff like that. And I might need something to kickstart me to get me to where I need to go. Now, do I really just go in and just chop up every single beat using Splice? No, I don't. A lot of times I'll use a few samples and I try to build around it. Or if I'm doing some YouTube videos, I might go ahead and just use the whole sample because the timing of it. But most of the time when I'm using Splice samples, I might use one sample and then I build a beat around it using my own chords that I make myself. Now, a lot of times when I use MIDI content, I may use that for like hi-hats. That's pretty much all I use. Anything for like MIDI is just for hi-hats because as we all know, hi-hats, especially right now, are very, very, very essential to making beats. And if you have the right hi-hat MIDI pattern, it just takes your beat to a whole nother level. And some of you guys are really making some dope hi-hat patterns. If you got some, just, you know, send something my way. My email, yeah, my email is in the link in the bottom if you want to send some hi-hat MIDI patterns, dope ones. But other than that, I really don't do a lot. Like a lot of my beats as you see that I make on YouTube are really made with these right here because I'm used to doing my beats like that. Now, I was a very heavy sampler back in the day. But now I don't sample as much because I'm not really digging for samples like that anymore. If you do hear any samples from me from any artists, it's probably a beat that I made maybe close to 10 years ago. But as of right now, most of the stuff I do right now is basically made with my hands on my MP or FAO6, or, you know, I still use, you know, a few other programs. Presonus is actually kind of creeping up on the list. Yes, it is. I still use samples for certain things. Like, of course, you got to use samples for your drums, and you got to use, you know, saying certain samples for certain percussion things or whatever. That's cool. Now, I've done videos, especially I've done a video on the Unison Midi chord pack, which that is actually a cool tool to use. But for somebody like me, it just takes so much longer to go ahead and get the chord pack in, and then I have to go and just kind of figure out my own little chords from there, when I can just play what I kind of hear in my head, even though lots of times when I try to play it back, it never comes out the way I want. But if I keep going over it a few times, I'll go ahead and get kind of what I want, and then I can go ahead and make my changes from there. Now, with samples on Splice, that's really dope, because if I hear something I really like, I'm just really inspired to go ahead and make something really dope, because that sample inspired me to do it. And I kind of like that a little bit better, because I come from a sampling background from back in the day, and that's where I kind of got my start from sampling a lot. But now it's more or less, I'm more of a original producer, which I've been like that for the past almost 10 or 15 years now. So it's been quite a long time. But I want to hear your thoughts on this. I want to know if you guys are using these MIDI chord packs, or I want to know if you guys are using more samples, or if you guys are using both. Now, this is not a new concept. Samples have been chopped up for years. We all know that. And these MIDI packs have been out for a very long time, but they're super popular right now. And there have been a few user-created samples over the years, but now they are very popular amongst a lot of the younger producers, because there's a lot of collaborations going on. And that's another thing I need to talk about too, collaborations. Now, one of the main things I don't really like about using user-created samples and stuff like that, and using a lot of these MIDI packs, is because of collaborations and dealing with copyright and publishing issues. That's something that's like a whole nother topic that I might get into. I want to know if you guys are mainly producing on the strength of your own brain, or are you using helpers like MIDI chord packs or samples, or even things like Output with their like samples or whatever, or if you're using like Scalar or Captain Chords. So I want to know, is using that stuff kind of like cheating, or is it okay? So I want you guys to let me know in the comments. I really want you guys to comment on this, and I really want you to tell me, is it something that you do or do not do? So hope you guys enjoyed my rant, and I want to know what you guys feel about it. So hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys kind of got something from it. And like I always say, peace out.